Hey folks, it's Mark out at Positively Peninsular. It's a very quiet, for the moment. No, I spoke too soon. Anyway, it's a quiet Sunday morning out here at the back 40, the real back 40. But this is Positively Peninsular, and 3 days ago we were at 95 degrees, and now we're going to be lucky if we get to 70. And it started out so chilly, hence the Robin Hood disguise, but I guess I could take it off. It's actually gotten a little bit breezier. I could hear the chime during the night. The frogs have been going crazy. I just wanted to do a quick update and just show you, because I've just been working like a dog out in the back, and so I thought I'm not gonna do too much heavy work this morning because my hands are just killing me from all the planting and hoeing and weeding and pickaxing, folks. Oh, it makes work so much easier, but man, it's hard labor. I see why, like in southern prisons, like the chain gangs, you always see them out there with pickaxes. I'm like, yeah, because your regular Joe is not going to want to do it. Good cup of Joe that I made, my special little protein mocha thingy. Anyway, it is Sunday the maybe the 8th, possibly. I think that might be right. I know it's rude to be drinking while I'm speaking, but oh well. It's a very, as you can tell, cloudy day, and it's been like blazing hot, sunny, and now it's like pff. So anyway, this is where we're gonna go. So we're going to head over to the side, which is where the conifers and a lot of lavender are. And then we're just going to come back around the back. And then we'll get to have some lovely car noise. And then come around over to that area. And then and I'll explain again kind of my idea for the vegetable garden, or just the big garden. I really want to do a big garden just because I have the land. I might as well use it for something, I can give away free stuff at the farmer's market, just to brighten people's lives. If you get there soon enough, you get the stuff, and I don't have to hang out for all the whole time. It's a way to pay it forward. There you go, right? It's a thought. I don't know if it's a good thought. I did want to give a shout out to all the folks that have posted on my Facebook timeline thing for my birthday, all the nice birthday wishes and stuff, and it's just overwhelming, and so I'm sorry I can't, I haven't been on Facebook in forever, so I apologize, but I appreciate all the nice things, former students and parents and family members and high school, college, and just from life, it's just nice. I'm very fortunate. So again, look for those positives. And even though I haven't been communicative, and just because I've been in my own head dealing with my own things, and obviously it's taken on some big challenges up here on the peninsula. It's just nice, everybody. And I think last time I had mentioned, shout out to Evan, who a former student, and I could give hundreds of examples like that. Evans just happens to be the latest, and but I just do really appreciate it all, folks. Anyway, let's get started. So this is looking down. The frogs are very active. They've been croaking, but it's actually not a bad croak. It's actually very pleasant. It doesn't go on for very long. It does it at odd times, so I don't know if we're going to get a chance to hear it. You'll see I've been doing a lot of raking. You remember all those mounds of dirt and garbage? Not garbage. Although I did find a crystal meth pipe, like one of those glass pipe things in the soil. I'm like, yesterday when I was planting, there was so much glass. I'm like, what did they do out here? It was way out there by the road. I'm like, what the? Were they just like smashing glasses for the heck of it? Or were they doing, shots in terms of like gunshots, like practicing? Anyway, let's go take a look at this. There's the wildflower garden. I am going to do something around these things. They said you could put, like a relatively light flower pot on there, but that's just going to look weird and out of place. I was thinking of doing some ground covers around it. Or maybe not, maybe not supposed to, but I'm going to do ground covers up there. So this is the west side. This is still being. Yeah, I was going to compete with those cars. You can see I've been doing a lot. Actually, been doing a lot of separating of the vegetation. I'm going to take it over to the composting way over there. So this may kind of, these used to all just be like dandelion scrub garbage. So I think I'm going to do kind of a rim of rock. I just haven't decided where I want that line to be yet. And I'll figure it out. I'm going to expand the wildflowers to this section also. Next season, next spring. I planted these spurgeons. They get big and bushy, which is great, but look at the color. This dude, this is great. That color. It's the same plant as this, but the color is so different. I kind of like that change of pace. So So what I've done is I've worked out from basically the border, the property line, or the rhododendrons. And so I'm working out towards the yard instead of working from the septic area that way. That roundup works pretty well. And then, so you can see, I'm having to do a lot of clearing up of brush. You can just see it's a whole mixture of debris and rock. The rock is a real pain in the butt, let's be honest. So that section over there has a lot of astilbe. I put some hostas in right there. Astilbes hellebores, which are also known as something. They have like the really big leaves. This has a lot of heathers. Those are all heathers. These are whatever the heck they are. But I pretty much planted most things. My pants are falling down because my phone's in my pocket. Guess I could just put it in my kangaroo pouch. But I was going to have to water. So you can see how I've been clearing out. And I'm weeding as I go. This is a lot of back-breaking work, and you can see how rocky it is. I'm very excited about all these guys. These are all like black-eyed Susans and rudbeckias and whatevers. These are all like the Huchera, I think is the real term, but they're known as like all different types of coral bells. That's a unique color. You don't see that color of leaf. Except it's like beets. So I'm excited about that. That should be cool next year. I mean, obviously we're in the tail end, so I still have to clear out around the Leland cypresses, and then I have to clear out 1 and let's say a half of those rhododendrons there, because I've done more or less that half. Oh man, that's a chilly breeze, folks. Look, you can see the leaves moving. This is a bunch of different coneflowers, which are known as echinaceas. And I put some spurges in the back, kind of interspersed between. I just really want to do a nice solid wall. They're going to get big, which is fine. They're going to mesh really well with the Leland cypresses and the rhodos, so I'm not unhappy with that situation. This is Mount PositivelyPeninsular, and it's an old stump. It must have been a huge tree. This must have been the big. Did you hear that? You hear the frog? Hear it? I know we're competing with cars. Hold on. It always croaks when I'm out here, usually watering. Now it stopped. Alright. Here I've done like the creeping jennies, the creeping phlox, just creepy stuff, the grasses. I think I talked about those in the last video. And then that weird grass that has those little things on it. I like the coneflowers, you know. I think as they grow in, they'll look less regimented, less planned. I try not to plan things out, but sometimes it just happens. Man, it's getting chilly. Maybe I'll hold off on watering for a little bit. Let it warm up. So this watering I did last night, and you can see the difference. I stopped right there. Yeah, so by all rights, I should water. These are a whole bunch of salvias and lavenders and things like that. Looking good. I still have some clearing out to do. There's some fresh footprints. You can see them right there. They're either footprints or paw prints. Not sure as hell about paw prints. Because that would mean one fun thing, folks. I'm sure that's not it. That would mean mountain lion. I'm pretty sure those are hoof prints. No, I don't think the mountain lions are. Well, Tucker did say they had one. Excuse me, I got an itch. They had one out on Hairston, I don't know, out on the island, so I don't know. I don't know about that. Anyway, these are the ones I got at the farmer's market. Looking pretty cool, right? I mean, just amazing. Anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to show. Just see how I've expanded. So I'm just kind of working out this way, and I'm just clearing as I go. It's a lot of work, folks. And actually, by spreading out this stuff and almost like sorting it, it's like a recycling plant. You can see all this debris. I mean, this place was trash. This is all debris from when they chopped down the trees. And it's like, okay, that was a lovely noise. So I just pack up a wheelbarrow and blah, blah, blah. Dump it for now. And then I plan on where that soil is making that my permanent, more like compost pile for like clippings and stuff like that. Not for wood. Wood I have to burn. But the rock, folks. I mean, look at some of these big, gigantic rocks. These are from the ground, folks. That's what I'm talking about, like the pickaxe. It's like when you hit one just right with that pickaxe, it just sends like these shock waves up your shoulder, like into your shoulder area. It's like, what? Whew, man. And you're doing that for every one of those plants. So while we're over here, this is border post. The other border post is right there where that tree is. You can kind of see it, where that tree with the sign is, the no trespassing sign, the bush there, right behind the bush. So that's the line, boundary line, and that's going to be the deer fencing. And that's also going to form the back of the garden also. And then that's going to come out at right angles to close to the septic plateau, which is roughly going to be, you can almost see where the elevation starts, like right in here. And I do want to have a boundary, so it may not be a perfect square or rectangle, that's for sure, but because I do need to have a pathway and I need to have kind of a transition area between the garden and the septic plateau. But that's going to be darn good sized, and then I would have it. It looks like I have a little bit more room to play with, so I probably would have it funnel over to here, so it'd almost be like a trapezoid, and it would skirt the plateau. And then, Jesus, look at these rooms. Oh, jeez. It's like, why am I slipping? This is how you turn an ankle, folks. Don't pay attention, you walk backwards. Anyway, I gotta get this debris cleaned up, damn it. I gotta get some folks in here. Oh, I was gonna go get a burn barrel at Tractor Supply. Never been to Tractor Supply. So you can see I've been working my butt off. This is pretty far. This is going all the way over to the conifer area, and there's part of it that's hidden over there around the house. This is what one little old man can do. And then I would have the gate, the entry to the garden, be here, and then I would have to have this is where the elevation changes. There would have to be a step here, and that would be like go around, and then can make the short retainer wall right there. So that's the plan. And out front I did. So anyway, looks nice, right? And I'm rethinking this whole thing, this short fencing in there. I'm gonna have to do something about all this. And I'm also going to try to redevelop this over the winter, or if not sooner, depends on my procedure. But I dug out on the front stoop, the front porch. Excuse me, coffee burp. Because remember it was steep and slippery, and it was Matt, my buddy from down south, the one that had come up. So I've just come around. Oops. Not very good camera work. Just come around. And this is what I did. So what I did there was I just dug out a little bit and I reused a misordered bath thing when I had my shower redone, and same with that one, because obviously I don't know how to measure, and they say what, measure twice, cut once. Yeah, I'm sure I did the reverse, and so, the sun might be coming out. Anyway, I know that there's the debate on September 10th. I dread that. It's probably gonna be the most watched thing on the planet. I just hope it's not ugly, folks. If it gets ugly, I'm gonna be. It's alright. Everything he's saying is ugly, and I don't know how. It's kind of like You know how you rubberneck at a crash site? You don't really want to look, but you kind of like have to. It's just weird. You want to look away, but you can't. I don't know. Well, today's Sunday, so I'm hopeful that by, so maybe I'll do another episode on Wednesday or Thursday, and just depending on how things go. Well, it doesn't matter how things go, but it'll be interesting to see. All right. So that's it. Just working hard. Got through the big heat. Yeah, you can see that elevator.